All right, so it's the 15th World Blood Donor Day, where 24 hours are spent raising awareness for the need of safe blood and products. Acting Director of the National Blood Transfusion Service, Dr. Michelle Hamilton, is with us. There she is. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Welcome to Smile Jamaica. I did not know you had a World Blood Donor Day. It's today?
It is today. World Blood Donor Day was really developed to encourage persons to give voluntary blood donations. We have two types of donors. We have the voluntary donors who give blood simply because they want to allow blood to be available if somebody needs blood. But then we have the replacement donors. We all know them. They come in, Auntie Susie, Cousin Johnny needs blood, and they come in to give blood, and they say, this is for John Brown, this is for Susie Mitchell. What we would like, the World Health Organization and PAHO have shown that voluntary blood donation is the way to go. It is the only way to ensure a safe and adequate supply of blood. So we want persons to come in just because they want to give blood.
Yeah, we had a long discussion before we came on, so let me get some things out of the way.
Right.
Who can't give blood?
Persons with certain infections cannot give blood. For example, if you have the malaria parasite, we're going to defer you for about 3 years. If you have uncontrolled diabetes and uncontrolled hypertension, you can't give blood because it's not considered safe for the donor. Because while we want the blood for the recipient, we have to look out for the donor. If you are on medication, if you are taking insulin, then unfortunately you won't be able to give blood. But if you're on other medications, such as, for example, aspirin, you can be deferred for 3 days, antibiotics for a couple of weeks. So we will look at the type of medication that you're on. If you want to give blood, just let us know what you're on, and we'll be specific.
I'm 65 years old, and I have tattoos. Can I give blood?
Well, 2 questions. Have you ever given blood before?
Yes.
Okay. Now, for persons who are regular blood donors, we may allow you to give blood over 60, right? So we would have to look at your individual case. Normally, the age is 16 to 60. 16-year-olds would need parental consent. And for first-time donors, usually up to 60 years old. If you have a tattoo, then we'd ask you, how long have you had the tattoo? If it's a tattoo under 1 year, then unfortunately we have to defer you.
Okay.
But once it's over a year, tattoos and piercings, then you have to wait a year.
Okay.
What about persons who themselves have issues such as anemia and other things?
No. If you're anemic, then we would not allow you to be a blood donor. First of all, you would need all your blood for yourself because, you know, the blood would be carrying your oxygen. And also, you have to have a certain HB, a certain iron level, to be able to give blood for the person to benefit. So when you come, one of the screenings we do is to see whether or not you have an appropriate HB. If not, we can give you tips as to how to improve it, and then you can come back.
So say I check all the boxes,
Yes.
and I'm good. I'm able to donate, Doc Hamilton. What are some of the things that I need to observe? I know sometimes they'll say, in terms of what you eat or don't eat before you go, don't drink.
Right.
What are some of the things I need to observe?
One of the things that we want you to do is get a good night's sleep the night before. And we would like you to eat preferably within 3 hours, approximately 3 hours before you come. Because, you know, the food is going to be absorbed from the bloodstream. And we don't want you to just eat and come right away. We want your food to have a chance to be absorbed. We want you to stay away from products such as dairy products. What I would suggest for any first-time donor, if you are thinking of coming down to one of our blood collection centers, you could give us a call at 630-1818 and just double-check what it is that you have.
The other thing that I found interesting when we were having our little chat is that the amount of benefits for the person giving blood.
That's it. Most times we think of the benefits that the recipient will get, but there are actually quite a few benefits that the donor himself will get. Our research has shown, of course, that when you give blood, you reduce your iron levels. And in helping to control your iron levels, it has been shown to have anti-cancer properties. Cancers such as lung, stomach, colon, and throat cancers have been shown to be reduced as you control your iron levels. It has cardiovascular benefits. Research has shown an over 80% decrease in the risk of a heart attack and 30% decrease in the risk of stroke.
Is this if you're a regular blood donor or even just a one-off would help you
a regular
in those areas?
blood donor would maximize the benefits because they would keep the level of iron controlled. So if you give once, you know your iron goes, but then after a few months it will build up again. So we really are encouraging we really are encouraging you to be a regular donor. You can give blood every 3 months if you are healthy. And so what we find too is that the blood donors who are committed to the program, they tend to really try to keep themselves in a very healthy state because it's like they have a commitment. They know someone is depending upon them. So we have less risk of finding infectious agents in the blood when you give the unit because we have to check. We have to check every pint of blood that we receive, every unit of blood, to ensure that infectious agents such as HIV and hepatitis and another infection that's common in the tropics, HTLV, is not in the blood.
But Doc, if I keep giving blood, then I don't need blood myself.
No. If you keep giving blood, what happens is that within about 2 days, you begin to regenerate your blood cells. So you begin to produce new blood cells. And within 2 months, the average healthy person has replaced the number of cells. What it does to it helps to stimulate new blood cell production. And that in itself is very healthy for you. So when you come back in 3 months, you'd have already replenished what you gave before. So it's not like, we're taking out, we haven't reached it yet, and we're taking out more. No. So
how much I give when I give?
You give a unit, which is about a pint, something, we are saying about 450 mils.
So something like about this?
Yes, something about that.
Plenty blood this, that?
Yes, but you have so much more left behind. You know what I mean? That you can manage. You can manage. And we have persons who are repeat donors and persons who have given 50 units. We have one donor who has given 99 units of blood.
Wow.
And, I'm hoping at some point we'll be able to showcase her. We're planning later in the year because in October she'll be giving her 100th donation. Wow. And if you see her, then you won't have any problems about, fears of health because she looks fit as a fiddle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do we have enough blood?
No, that's the challenge. We need, if PAHO WHO have calculated that if 2% of every population gave blood at least once per year, we would have enough to fit our needs. But the Caribbean is running at an average of about 1.5%. And what we have found is that, yes, we need more blood donors to come in, and we need more voluntary blood donors to come in. PAHO had set a target for 2019 for all the Caribbean and Latin American countries to have 100% voluntary donors. This is following the World Health Assembly meeting in 1975 that showed voluntary blood donors is the way to go. Now, we have been working, and there are several territories in the region who have reached the 100%. But Jamaica, sadly, at this point in time, is still less than 20% voluntary blood donors. Okay. So we have to lift our
All right,
game.
we have to go. Final question, very, very quickly. Yeah. Where do you give blood?
Well, today is a good day if you are in the Northeast region. We have World Blood Donor celebrations taking place at the Ochares Baptist Church on Milford Road. We'll be there until 5 o'clock today from 9 to 5, so you can come in and give blood. But we have 11 blood collection centers across the island, and we have our mobile units that can go to companies for blood.
Okay, thanks for coming. Have a great day. Who's going to win the World Cup?
Who would you like me to say now? Let's go with Argentina. I'm just picking them. Okay. Or no, the truth is, as a Jamaican, win, lose, or draw, I go with Brazil. That's the bottom line.
Oh,
win, lose, or draw.
You're the greatest.
I go with Brazil.
You didn't have me for a minute, but...
She's the acting director of the National Blood Transfusion Service, Dr. Michelle Hamilton. 10 minutes to your health. We'll do it again next Thursday.
Okay, yeah.